Hello, everyone. My name is Galko, the Director of Scouting for Optimum Scouting. I'm joined today by one of our favorite receiver prospects, small school receiver prospect, ZaVious Robbins from Hardin-Simmons, receiver. ZaVious, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. And ZaVious, first thing I want to talk to you about, I think it was last week, you had the UTEP Pro Day, and then just as early this week on Monday, you had the Abilene Christian Pro Day. We finally got a chance to work out in front of a lot of scouts and fans and media who haven't got a chance to follow you throughout your college career. How do you think you did those UTEP and Abilene Christian Pro Days, and what exactly were your numbers there?
Oh man, it was amazing. I had a great pro day at both places. UTEP's pro day was on March 9th, and I actually broad jumped to 10.8 3/4, vertical to 39, and then I had a 4.3 140. Then we ran some routes that I did really well in, got a couple calls from teams throughout the entire week. A couple teams put me into the ACU pro day on Monday, and I came out and jumped another 10.8, and I actually increased my vertical to a 43-inch vertical. And we went out and ran the 40s again. I ran another 4.31, and they called 4 receivers out of about 12 or 15 that were there to run routes. And it was Edmund Gates from ACU, Badley of ACU, Lyle Leon from Texas Tech, and myself. And we ran routes. After we ran routes, I had about 5 interviews with different teams. And so it's been a blessing. And, a guy like me coming from a small school can only ask for so much exposure. And I've been on the news now, and, I'm getting a lot of text messages from different people. And so it's been a blessing. And I'm definitely having fun throughout the entire process.
Absolutely. Again, before we get back to kind of your draft prospects and how you did at that pro day compared to other guys that were at that pro day as well, I want to ask you to kind of for the fans to have a better idea, and I know I asked it before a million times now, but why did you choose Hardin-Simmons over potentially going someplace bigger? I know you had some other options there, so why did you choose Hardin-Simmons as your college of choice?
Hardin-Simmons just had everything I was looking for as far as academics and the football side. Coming out of high school, I was not the biggest guy at all, and so I did talk to a couple schools like U of H and Texas A&M. I actually had Brown University came and sat on my couch and talked to me. I talked to Harvard and Yale and a lot of schools, but I really didn't want to go to an Ivy League school. It was way too far, and so Harvard actually recommended Hardin-Simmons University in Abilene, and they had no idea I was already talking to them. So that kind of sealed the deal for me. I came here, had 4 great years academically and on the field, and so that's how I came to my choice. Just the football mixed with the academics is how I put it together.
And absolutely, and at Hardin-Simmons, very productive career, especially your last 2 years. The feature receiver, using run backs as well as being a return man. I think what skill you may provide best for NFL teams. Teams looking for versatility. Again, you mentioned your kind of smaller size, and we'll get to that a little later on as well. But you didn't have many return statistics this year because a lot of teams tried to kick away from you and didn't want the ball in your hands on returns as well. And even though the new NFL rule just recently passed that moving the kickoffs up a couple yards, they're still going to be looking for return men like yourself. How do you think you can be return man at least early on in your career and early in the season for an NFL team?
Oh, I think I could definitely do it. I love the kick return probably more than just as much as any other aspect of the game. I catch it. I don't miss the ball. I don't drop the ball on kickoffs, and so I catch the ball. I think the blockers here in the NFL will be better along with the kickoff guys that are covering. So I think that with my instinct of running the way I run, just based on instincts and natural abilities, I find those holes, and I think I can, with my speed, being a 4.31 guy, I can hit those holes, and once I get out, I definitely don't plan on getting caught. So I think I can definitely contribute early in my career in the backfield, and then back as a return man, and hopefully be able to finagle my way into a slot position.
And you mentioned your size before, possibly an issue for NFL teams. I think it was 5'8". I think it was on the 160, 165 area at your pro days. Obviously, you're going to have to need to bulk up to be a consistent receiver in the NFL. I think you understand that as well. What are you planning on doing, and how has it gone so far in your attempts to get a little bigger and stronger to get ready for the NFL game?
Right. I'm excited about every part of this. So gaining weight is what's on the next it. I did lose weight while I was training in El Paso for the UTEP Pro Day because I was mainly focusing on endurance running and speed training, and now I'll focus more on gaining some weight but while maintaining my speed. And so I plan on, eating the right things. I eat a lot of chicken and rice, a lot of protein shakes, and so, I'll definitely be gaining weight, and hopefully I'll get up to around 180, and, even gain more weight once I get into the NFL and situated onto a team.
I know you mentioned before that, you ran at the Abilene Christian Pro to get a chance to run against Edmund Gates as well as some other receivers as well, and also you're probably tied, at least for the short term, with a guy like Cecil Shorts, another D3 player, hope to make an impact in the draft. I don't know if you've seen either of those guys or both of those guys a lot over your career on film or however way you've seen them. But how do you think you compare to those small school guys, kind of going the same thing you are and having to answer the questions about level of competition and can you be athletic and versatile enough to make it in the NFL? How do you think you compare to guys like Cecil Shorts and Edmund Gates?
I believe that I'm right there with them. Those are two great guys. I've actually been able to watch a little film on both of them, and those are great guys. I definitely don't talk down on anybody that's trying to chase the same dream that I am. I wish them both the best, but I do believe that I'm right there with them. Anybody that would take a chance on them should definitely consider taking a chance on me as well, and I don't consider it taking a chance at all. I think that if you were to draft me or any of those guys, that we would all be able to make a definite contribution as soon as we got into the league. As far as the question about the level of competition, we compete against who we have in front of us, and that's all we can do. You expect an NFL prospect to make those kind of numbers at that level, and so you do what you can at this level, and we'll answer the questions about can we do it at the next level once we get there.
And kind of tagging along with Cecil Shorts and Edmund Gates there, both those guys have gotten a lot of attention, kind of the quote-unquote sexy picks for the top small school receivers and two of the top small school guys in this entire draft. Has it bothered you that you haven't got a lot of attention moving forward in this draft process, according to the media and the fans?
No, not at all. That's what we expected when we started. I only decided to, go after this the way I have in January. I decided that in January, so we knew that we were going uphill. We know that it was far-fetched. And so after the pro days, I've gotten a lot of media attention, a lot of guys calling me from different teams. And, we're up to about a good, 10 teams that have already contacted me. And so we're coming up slowly but surely, but I'm not at all frustrated. I knew this would be a part of the process. So I'm just having fun. Me and my dad's motto is enjoy the ride. And so that's what we're doing.
I should make a little correction there. We've tried to get you some attention as much as we possibly can at Optimum Scout. We saw
you did put me on at the very beginning, and you were really the only person that really, out of the guys who I talked to, believed in me at the very beginning after seeing my film. A lot of other guys were questioning things that you never questioned, and so you hit the nail on the head when you decided to put me on your top 250 and put me in top your D3 guys and the top receivers in the nation. And so I am very appreciative of everything you've done, and you for sure had it correct, and I'm proving you right.
Absolutely, that's my plan, ZaVious, to keep proving me right. We took a risk there, but once I saw a couple games of your film, I've talked to people about it as well, and the film definitely speaks for itself entirely. But one of the problems that this draft is facing right now is that there's no CBA agreement. The lockout continues, and if that lockout continues, teams are not able to sign any players after the draft. So that 6th, 7th round area is going to be a big question mark for a lot of teams on where they go project guys, where they go guys they're not sure they're going to get out of them, or they want to go with guys that can contribute early on special teams as well. If, for example, if you fall out of the draft, out of the 7th round, teams can't sign you initially off the draft, are you okay with going to the CFL or UFL for a year, 2 years, until the NFL kind of sorts itself out and you can then sign with an NFL team? Are you okay with going to the CFL or UFL?
I am. I'm completely open to those opportunities. I just love the game. It's not, everybody wants to play at the highest level, of course. I love to play at the NFL level. And if the lockout continues, let me get it clear. I do plan on being drafted, in the 6th and 7th round. But if not, I do plan on going over, across the border to play in Canada, or maybe even staying here and playing in the UFL. But like I told you at the beginning when we first started started talking. I'm on the 5-year plan, and so I'm going to chase this dream, and we're going to make it happen.
Well, absolutely. Well, ZaVious, I again appreciate talking to me again on the show. I'm sure me and you will talk a lot more the next coming weeks or months as well, as long as you get more workouts from NFL teams, more interest overall. But again, ZaVious, thanks again for joining us today. Best of luck the rest of the draft process, and I'm sure we'll have you on soon before the draft.
Hey, I really appreciate it, Rick, and I appreciate how you trusted me from the beginning. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, ZaVious. Talk to you soon, all right?
All right, see you.
And again, that was ZaVious Robbins, receiver prospect from Hardin-Simmons. Definitely an under-the-radar guy right now because he's from the D3 level, but definitely has the talent, and if he can continue to bulk up and impress scouts like that, I think he has a real shot at getting drafted. Again, my name is Galko from Optimum Scouting. Thanks again for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.